What really happened on the night Titanic sank? April 10th, 1912. The RMS Titanic, hailed as unsinkable, set sail from Southampton, England, bound for New York City. On board were over 2,200 passengers and crew, wealthy aristocrats, immigrants chasing the American dream, and some of the most skilled sailors of the era. The ship itself was a marvel of engineering, 882 feet long, fitted with luxurious suites, a grand staircase, electric elevators, and even a heated swimming pool. Newspapers called it a floating palace. In first class, millionaires like John Jacob Astor IV and Benjamin Guggenheim dined on multi-course meals, while musicians played in the background. In third class, entire families from Ireland, Sweden, and Italy shared small cabins, clutching their tickets to a new life. But behind the glamour, there were shadows. Reports later suggested that iceberg warnings had been ignored. Some even claimed the ship had structural weaknesses due to cost-cutting during construction. And then, there's the conspiracy theory. Was the Titanic actually her sister ship, the Olympic, disguised for an insurance scam? The truth remains a mystery. For the first 4 days, the voyage was smooth. Passengers danced in the opulent dining rooms, played cards in the smoking lounges, and strolled along the polished decks under the Atlantic sun. But beneath the surface of the calm blue ocean, danger waited. April 14th, 1912. Night falls. The temperature drops below freezing. At 11:40 p.m., a lookout spots a dark shape ahead. "Iceberg right ahead," the warning bell rings. First Officer William Murdoch orders the engines reversed, the rudder turned hard to port. But it's too late. The iceberg scrapes along the starboard side, tearing open the hull. The Titanic was designed with watertight compartments, but the iceberg breached too many. Water began pouring in. Captain Edward Smith quickly realized the grim truth. The Titanic was doomed. At 12:05 a.m., lifeboats are uncovered. But here's the tragedy. There weren't enough for everyone. The unsinkable ship carried lifeboats for barely half her passengers. And even worse, many boats left the ship only partially filled. The first lifeboat lowered carried just 28 people, though it could hold 65. Panic and confusion spread. Some women refused to leave their husbands behind. Others believed staying on the massive ship was safer than stepping into a small boat in the dark. Meanwhile, in the freezing water below, the temperature was just 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Anyone who fell in had mere minutes before hypothermia set in. As the band played "Nearer, My God, to Thee," the stern of the Titanic began to rise higher into the night sky. By 2:20 a.m., the bow plunged beneath the waves. The ship split apart, and in moments, the lights went out forever. In the silence that followed, only the cries of hundreds in the water could be heard. The nearest ship, the Carpathia, raced through icy seas to help, but it would take hours to arrive. By the time rescue came, most of those in the water were gone. Out of more than 2,200 souls, only around 710 survived. The rest were lost to the sea. In the aftermath, investigations blamed excessive speed, ignored warnings, and inadequate lifeboats. But some survivors insisted the iceberg wasn't the only cause, that something far darker lay behind the disaster. Whispers of secret cargo, missing official logs, and last-minute course changes still fuel debate. Today, the wreck of the Titanic rests nearly 12,500 feet below the surface of the Atlantic. Artifacts recovered from the site tell a story frozen in time: porcelain dishes still stacked neatly, shoes lying in the silt, and the rusting hull slowly being claimed by the ocean. More than a century later, the Titanic still captures our imagination, not just because of how she sank, but because of the secrets she may still hold. Was it a simple accident, or something more? Some mysteries are destined to remain at the bottom of the ocean,